Hi, thanks for joining me for another What I Eat in a Day as a vegan on Slimming World. If you're new here, my name's Leanne. Hi, nice to meet you. And if you're coming back, as always, thanks ever so much for doing so. Today is Thursday. Let's go.
Oh, look, it's a Warburton soft wholemeal pitta for my healthy extra B, a load of mushrooms for speed, and 4 rashers of Richmond streaky vegan bacon for 3 syns, all cooked in nothing in a non-stick pan. Yum yum.
And that was the only bit of footage I filmed today. So I have failed miserably and I'm really sorry about that. But I didn't want to completely skip a video for you guys because I know that's crap. So basically, I spent all morning feeling rough. I just had a really bad tummy ache. So I didn't actually eat that pitta until I think 1:30 when I finally felt like I could eat something. And I had 1 coffee as well. And in fairness, I did actually feel a lot better after having something to eat. So that was good. But I'm glad I left it for the morning because I didn't feel good. Sorry. So, the vegan rashers, obviously 3 syns. My coffee had 100 mils of Alpro Almond Barista for 1 syn. And then for dinner, today is Thursday, but Mum and Dad got back from Ireland on Tuesday night. So Mum came over for dinner tonight. I've not seen her for nearly 2 weeks, so that was really nice. We had a lovely time catching up, hearing all about her holiday, and we were catching up on just everything. So anyway, but to make it easy, because I'd sort of had a bit of a rough day, I popped down to Sainsbury's and I got my Old Faithful stir fry. So I'll put a picture here of the stir fry that we had for dinner. But basically, it was smoked tofu, the Sainsbury's finest, or whatever they're called, taste the difference. Baby vegetable stir fry with garlic, chili, ginger, all that stuff in it. And then some udon noodles. Not as much as I normally have. So my udon noodles today were just 2.5 syns. I cooked the stir fry in 3 sprays of oil, but then divided by 2 between me and Mum. So that was 1.5 syns. I added 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of, sorry, I can't stop yawning. 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of sesame oil at the end for flavour. So that's 2 teaspoons each. So that's 4 syns. And then 2 tablespoons each, so 4 in total, of hoisin sauce, the good one, the Blue Dragon dark one. So that was a little treat. So that was 5 syns for that. So it was quite a synny dinner, but it was really nice. And then also I did a dessert, just strawberries, blueberries and Alpro plain with coconut yogurt. It was quite big actually, but I did the whole pot of yogurt. So we had half each. That particular yogurt is 1/2 syn for 100 grams. Obviously having half of it is 250 grams, which technically would be like 1.25 syns. So obviously I've just put it down as 1.5. And that brings me to a total of 18 syns for the day. So I'll just show you my food diary so you can just see that as well. Alrighty, so here's my diary for the day, breaking down all of those syns. So 1 for my coffee, 3 for my bacon, 2.5 for udon noodles, 4 for 2 teaspoons sesame oil, 1.5 for 1.5 sprays of oil, 5 for 2 tablespoons hoisin sauce, and 1.5 for 250 grams Alpro plain with coconut yogurt. Obviously that doesn't look like a lot of speed foods, but it is because of the stir fry veg being quite a lot. So I'm finishing, oh look at that, I'm finishing on blur. 18.5 syns. So, could be better, could be worse. Not bad. Can't believe this is only a 5-minute video. So shall I show you what I've been doing in my bullet journal? So I've actually been setting up some of June just ahead of time, just getting some of the layouts down, just because I organised a lot of my stationery yesterday, and I was looking at all the different bits I've got ready for my June theme, which is out of office. So this is from the Oops a Daisy theme box, which I get now. I love it. And it's basically, this is like the little postcard that comes with it, but they call it out of office. It's this kind of theme where it's like the wooden signs and then lots of nice tropical leaves. And so they're going with like that summer kind of take time out, that kind of vibe. So it's really nice. The colour scheme is nice. It's kind of yellows, oranges, dark greens and lighter greens. I've got a few bits to use here, obviously from that pack. One of the things which I'll use later on in the journal is this really nice checklist, which is just a sticker sheet that you can cut out and put in, which I love. But it's just Hello Summer, but it's on the same theme. And then I've got some stencils and things. So these big ones to make like weekly spreads. So I've not done that part yet. I've just been setting up headers and that. And then this one to make like a sign, and then some leaves. I'm a strange one, aren't I? And then also the stencil font to match. And then I always buy the lowercase one as well because I like things complete. Oh, and also they have a book of scrapbook paper that comes out with, they've got on this one, but it's on Amazon, but not their website, which is a little bit odd. But there's some really nice like scrapbook papers in here. So I actually bought two because they're like a limited run. And I just really like that leaf design. So yeah, so let me show you what I've done so far. Okay, so basically I've left myself a little bit of room. Oh, that was from the other day. I was starting to look at Morse code for my code breaker badge for Rebel badges. You guys have seen this. I've thought of a way of doing this weekly. Sort of. Anyway, so I've left a blank page just in case there's another like, you know, single page spread that I want to add in May. So this page here is going to be my June cover page. I don't yet know exactly what I'm going to do, but my thinking is that I'm going to use my alcohol pens and then do like cut out pieces. And I'm thinking some kind of background using some of these patterns. I just have to decide like in what way. And then I'm thinking that I'll do some cutouts, and so I'm definitely going to use this stencil for the sign and make it, you know, that's the sort of heading. But I want to do it on separate paper. I'll use the alcohol pens to colour it in, make it look hopefully like planks. I'll do some cut out leaves as well. And so I'll sort of build up a little bit like a collage. So it's probably going to be quite a thick page, this one, especially once I add scrapbook paper as well. So that's going to be that. And then my next page, I really like having the gratitudes page next to the header page. That's been working really well for me this month. So I'm going to keep doing that. So I've set up this page using my stencil. Oh, and the washi tape is obviously on that theme as well. So I've done quite a few pages that I know I'm going to be using with the washi tape on the sides. I quite like this way of doing it. Obviously, as you guys know, I did the same for my main pages for May. So yeah, I really like doing that. I think that's a really nice differentiator. I may change how I do it in future and maybe do it so it's wrapped around halfway. Like I couldn't do that with the May one with the bees because that would have just been like cutting bees in half. This one I could have done it with, and I sort of wish I'd thought of that, but you know, we move. So anyway, here's some focus. Here are some stickers that I've artfully placed upon the bottom there. Obviously I've used my stencil. I've used a green pen to colour in. I don't know which pen I used. It was the Sakura Koi. But which shade? I don't know what they're called. But it's this one. It's actually, it looks really dark, but it's actually a very nice green. I don't know if these actually say colours on them, or if they're just numbers. Oh, green. There you go. It's green. Anyway, so yeah, that's going to be the headers consistently all the way through. And then I used some of the stickers from the pack to make my, each day numbered date. And then I've used highlighters from that, I haven't even shown you my amazing pencil case yet, have I? But yeah, so my Sharpie highlighters, that was it, Sharpie S Notes. So I used highlighters from there to do this. And I think I picked colours quite well to match the theme. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that page, how that looks. I think that's really nice. And then obviously I write my gratitude in each day. Then I've got the next page being my media page, exactly the same as back in May, or the May current one. So I'll be doing exactly the same thing for June. I like that very much. Next up, the June dashboard. So again, just use some of the stickers that came in the pack, just do a little decoration there. Oh, and I made a small purchase. It's a very small purchase, physically and monetarily, but it is something that I really wanted, and it's going to come in useful because, again, if you look in May, I wrote it every time, my little calendar, and so I was like, there must be something I can buy. And so I got these acrylic blocks because, they're useful anyway, but then you get these unmounted stamps, and this is like a stupidly cheap set, but they cover all the scenarios. And so I've stuck, obviously the days and then the appropriate June one, and it's very hard to remember not to use the 31. But yeah, and that works really well, and gave a nice little stamp. So when I go through and do that on my weekly spreads, that's gonna just be a nice time saver. The only thing is, obviously, because this is a cheap one, you can tell that they are a bit wonky. So the 7, 8 and 9 is a bit lower than the 4, 5, 6, and that's higher than the 3, but whatever, I tried. And it's still better than having to write it all down separately. I don't think it looks bad because it's kind of rusticy looking. And as you can tell, I was playing around with it, trying to work out, the pressure tees and stuff. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I have no idea what these things at the top are supposed to be. Absolutely not a clue. I mean, I'm guessing this is some kind of watch or compass, but doesn't really mean anything. This is a blob. And this is a scribble. That's all I know. And it says this week in review. But I mean, all I wanted it for was the dates. And then in the set as well, there was just another larger acrylic block. It was hard to find one with only 2 acrylic blocks because most of them had like 9. And I'm like, I don't need 9, I need 1. So I got 2. That was a compromise. Anyway, yeah, so this is going to be my June dashboard. Again, very much like my May dashboard. I'll probably tweak the layout a little bit. So, where's my May dashboard? Oh yeah, so I had my big, daily and monthly, daily and weekly tasks before the dashboard last time, but I'm now bringing the dashboard to the front because I think it makes more sense. So that was my dashboard, and then I'll do similar this time, probably tweaking slightly how I lay it out or what I include, and we'll go from there. Then this will be my daily weekly task list. So it'll be very much the same thing, except my highlight colour will be green instead of pink. And then this is my journaling page. in my current setup, it was one that I'd added at the end that I decided I wanted, and I just did a single page, and I've still not filled it. I've just been doing, you know, a couple of sentences here and there when I feel like it. Doesn't have to be every day, it's just for when I want it to be there. But obviously that wasn't for a full month, so this one is for a full month, so I thought I'll do a double page, and that should be plenty given that I've got, you know, lots of other space to write stuff. So done that one, and again just decorated with various stickers from the Oops Daisy set. And then my brain dump page, I think I've mentioned to you guys, I really liked the idea of a brain dump page. It was a really nice thing to include, and again I added it on at the end for my May stuff, but now I can include it in my sort of standard monthly setup. So absolutely love that. And again, just used a few more stickers, and then the other tab that was there I just cut down so it could make like just a little block. I don't know, because I used the other tab there, and then also I made a little B tab for May, because yeah. I think that might be all I've done. Yeah, so then this will be my first weekly spread here, and instead of doing one double page for each weekly spread, there'll be 2 double pages, one for like the to-do list and calendar and all that, and then the other one is going to be inventory, meal ideas and meal plan, and then anything else I want to record. So because there was a few things I've been coming across in videos, and I'm like, do I want to include them? Some of them I sort of wrote down that I wanted to include, and then I've gone back and thought, no, I'm not really sure that that would actually interest me that much, you know, having something tracking that. So I've just been sort of keeping a bit of a list, and then, you know, going to it and then back from it. But yeah, so that is the plan. And then obviously I've just got loads of pages ready for the rest of the month, because my idea being that I don't have all the weekly spreads set up at the beginning. What I want is to have them like the first weekly spread, and then if I'm creating any spreads for, you know, more Rebel Badge stuff or anything like that, I would have them. Then the next week I would come along, do my next weekly spread, so on and so forth. So it's a little bit more chronological and as I go, because I don't need to do them in advance, because that's literally why you have well, you've got the future log for anything after this month, but also that's why you have the month dashboard there. So I've got all my like master list there, if you will, and then, you know, you transfer that into the week when you set up a week. So yeah, so I really like this. I love this theme because it is right up my street with the very green colours and the leaves. I absolutely love it. I don't really care about the out of office message or the do not disturb message, but I like the sentiment behind it. So yeah, and then this page I think will look quite cool once it's, you know, once it's actually got some entries from me and I've sort of used it throughout the month. So yeah, I really like that. And I'm looking forward to writing in, filling, you know, working out my dashboard properly, and also getting my big task list set up in there, because that always makes it feel nice and complete. But yeah, the dashboard, I've got a lot of ideas to work on and optimize, so I'm just gonna sort of see how I go. There's no rush. This is, you know, just the very basic setup, so I'm ready to go. Obviously media, there's not a lot I can do until then. I really like this page. I'm so pleased with the colours I picked for the highlighters. I think I've chosen them quite well. Yeah, and then obviously my cover page, that will be fun to work out the design for as well. And this theme box actually did come with some jelly roll pens that match the colours as well, which actually I'll show you. So I don't think I've shown you guys my big pencil case. So obviously, as you know, I've been buying loads of pens and stuff, and obviously I had a lot as well. And then I was like, oh my God, I've got all these packets everywhere, and like, I don't know what's where. And like, I had this pencil case and it was like just full of stuff, and I was digging through it and I couldn't find anything. So I've now got this just with accessories in it. And then this is my big pencil case. So it's huge. I absolutely love it. It even has a carry handle on top, which is so cool. It's like a little mini suitcase. But basically, it's got these compartments, and then you can just store your pens and everything in there. So these ones at the sides are pens that came with the Simple Quarterly box from Oops Daisy. Obviously, these are my Sharpie S notes, which I have to say I love more every time I use them. I don't care for the fine end, that I will say. I don't like how they write, and I don't think the colour comes out well, but the highlighter end I adore. So yeah, they were a really nice purchase. I really like that I found them. I've got my coloured biros here. I've had these for a while, and I do really like them. They've got really good pigment, but they are biros and not gels, so obviously they're a bit blobby, or can be, but they are useful to have if you need to write on something shiny. Then this is all my Sakura Koi pens. I don't have very many, just a basic pack plus a few singles that I'd bought. And then I've got my my official Zentangle pencil and the official blender that came with that, just separate to my other Zentangle stuff. And then on the same theme as that, there's all my Micron pens. So I've got my, obviously my Pigma Microns there. And then these are like a cheaper set that I got with a few more options, just because I wanted to be able to practice with some. But to be honest, these are, I reckon, very nearly as good as these. They're a very good dupe. So I'm not too... yeah, I sort of interchange between them just depending on what sizes I want, because these have got a good range of sizes. I don't know where this one is. It's somewhere around, but don't worry. Anyway, then obviously we come onto this beautiful spread. That's not the right word, but this is all my zebra sarasses. So the pastels plus blacks plus rainbow plus more blacks, and then my Sakura jelly rolls. So these are the three that came with the Oops a Daisy pack this month. It's not something they always include. This was like a special just because she found them and they match the theme really nicely. So I'm going to use these in the weekly spreads somehow, some way. And then I've got my normal white jelly rolls that I had anyway. A few different sizes there. They're good for Zentangle and for like on black card, which I do have some Zentangle blacks cards, but I've only really used one and it didn't really go very well, so it's something I want to practice with. But yeah, they're good for writing on obviously dark stuff. And actually I used them here. I used the number 5 because I didn't want to just cut off the S, because this month's font is really quite big, but I really like the font. It's just a shame it's quite so big. But because it went over here, I thought, I know, I shall use a white jelly roll just to finish off the shape of the S. So although it's not coloured in, I think it actually still just really works. So I was quite pleased with my thinking there. So that's the jelly rolls. And then I've got my highlighters. These are the ones from Fabulous Planning. I love this highlighter pack. There's 16 in there. And this is just a really nice pack of highlighters in normal colours, whereas my Sharpie ones are obviously pastel colours. And then this is my last thing. These are kind of cheaper pens. So these ones are fine liners. They're okay. They're fine. Liners. Yeah, they're fine. I only got them so that I could have coloured fine liners if I ever needed them at that point. And that was before I bought these ones, which are annoyingly double-ended brush pens and fine liners. However, I will say that the fine liners I'm not a massive fan of on these ones, and they're much better on these ones. So actually it's all okay, because these are quite nice brush pens if you want something where you might ruin them. You don't want to use a Sakura Koi. So yeah, so anyway, so that's all my pens, and it gave me great delight yesterday sorting them all into here and making them in beautiful rainbow things based on each pen. I'm just so happy with it. I think this is literally the best pen pencil storage that I've ever seen in my life. And the nice thing is I've sort of done them in a way that I've got plenty of room, like if I do get more of anything, or, you know, I mean, obviously I don't really think I need much more. The only thing would maybe be more colours in the Sakura Kois, but, you know, I've got a lot of different colours because of having a few different brands and things in here. I'm quite well covered now. So yeah, it's just really nice having them all so accessible and not having to root through stuff. It is absolute game changer. So if you have loads of pens or colouring pencils, this will actually hold up to, I think, 200 colouring pencils, because these things can actually get 3 of them in there, and then each end one is bigger and it can actually get 4. Obviously I'm using a lot of like thick pens, and these ones in particular have these tacky grips, so they're like hard enough to get in and out when it's one in a thing, let alone 2. But yeah, I'm so pleased with it. I think it's such a good storage solution. I don't quite know how I managed to find the algorithm on Amazon to find that one, but it was definitely a good choice. Of course, that's now all that appears in my feed. And it's like, no, I've got one, I don't need any more now. But yeah, so there we go. Oh, it just gives me such great joy to look at these, because I was so careful to put them in their like rainbow colours. Oh, the joy. And then, yeah, look at the state of my footstool thing, honestly. It was all neat, but then I started playing around with all this, so I just need to put all this away and then go to bed. So I'm going to say goodnight now. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it's a bit better if I maybe talk about stuff that's not foodie at the end, like, because I'm just thinking, like, if people, you know, come to the video based on the title, then, you know, presumably they want to see food stuff, but I like having other stuff. Anyway, whatever, I'm just overthinking stuff, you know, it's my late night ramblings. So I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you think of my setup so far. I mean, it's very basic, there's not really a lot to comment on, actually. Don't bother, there's no point. But the pencil case, tell me what you think about that, because come on, that's really aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching, etc, etc. Bye.